Hey guys, we are in the basement, and I just kind of want to show you guys a new game I picked up. And by the way, this is one of my new games, but I'll have a video coming up of this soon, but my kind of jungle hunt, jungle king. But anyway, that's not why we're here. I want to talk about a game I picked up in the last week, and it's actually a very, very interesting game. It's a totally different game, but I think it fits pretty well in the arcade down here. The game is called Ice Cold Beer, and it's right here. It's a game that was made by Taito in 1983. Taito, who are they? Have you heard of them? Well, actually, Taito was pretty famous, I think. You know, they made Space Invaders, they made Jungle King, they made Jungle Hunt, Elevator Action. They made a lot of games that are considered classics. And this was an oddity they made, though. This game is different. This is not a video game, though. What is this thing? It's not a pinball machine. It's almost like a redemption game, and it's a bar-themed game. They actually made two versions of this game. They made a bar-themed one, which is called Ice Cold Beer, and then they made another kind of more of a family-friendly version called Zeke's Peak, which is actually kind of like this kind of, I don't know, kind of German yodeling kind of deal. This mountain climber kind of game, but this is the bar version. It's called Zeke's Peak, and basically the game is a giant mug of frosty beer, and it features these kind of barmaids on the side. It's got this kind of poly girl right here, and it's kind of a cool game. It's actually very much like a redemption game. I guess there's also a version that spits out tickets. This version does not, but if you look here, how does this game play? Well, basically, if you see this play field here, it's almost like a giant frosty mug of beer. And these holes, I guess you could say, are bubbles. And the object of the game is to maneuver this metal rod that has a ball balancing on the center. And what you need to do is move this rod up left and right with these two joysticks. The right joystick controls the right side of the rod. The left joystick controls the left side of the rod. And you're basically shimmying this rod up and balancing a ball on it and dropping them in the appropriate holes. And then when you start the game, of course, you start on hole number 1, which is right here. Then you go to hole number 2, hole number 3, hole number 4, etc. And when you get all the way to the end, you get to hole number 10, and I guess you kind of win the game, but I haven't actually gotten that far. And it's my understanding that when you get the ball into the 10th hole, it turns this star on, and you say to the bartender, "Hey, look, I just beat the game, give me a free beer." So it's definitely a game that was designed to go into the bar. And it's really kind of an interesting and neat game, and actually when I purchased the game, it was broken. It's actually a very common problem with these games. Inside here there's these belts, and they're nothing more than like these rubber kind of, you know, pulleys or whatever you want to call them, and they kind of dry rot over time and they break, and this one was no exception. The belts were missing completely. I actually ordered new belts for $12 total, and it fixed the game. So I got the game, and it was broken, and it only cost me $12 to fix, and you know what? That's pretty okay with me. So let me set up the tripod, and I'll show you guys how Ice Cold Beer plays. Okay, we have the game all set up here, and I'm going to coin up the game. So I just added a credit, and of course you can put quarters in, but I just kind of hit the switch. It has a light up button here, and I guess it's kind of a bar game. You know, I'm drunk, I'm in a bar, I can't find the button, so it lights up. So we're gonna push the start button, and right away it kind of resets itself, and the ball comes out, and it plays 99 bottles of beer. And so the goal here is to get the ball into the lit hole, and of course when you start out, the first hole is lit right here. This is hole number 1. And so we're gonna maneuver this and get it into the first hole, which I didn't do actually. Okay, there you go. I've got it into the first hole, and we get a bonus for that because there's actually a timer that is counting down right here, bonus 200. And so every second that passes by, the bonus actually gets smaller. So the faster you can do it, the more points you get. So now we're gonna go into hole number 2, which is right here, which is flashing, and just like that, we get hole number 2, and our bonus is 160 points. And really, that's it. That's the whole game. But it gets so much harder. The higher you get, the more of these bad holes are around the goal hole. And of course, if my ball goes into one of the non-lit holes, I lose a ball, and that's it. And so you get 3 balls per game. And there we go, hole number 3. And I get a pretty decent bonus for that. And we move on. Now we're on hole number 4. I've got 400 bonus points I'm counting down from. But, you know, after this, the game actually gets pretty brutal. So there you go. The ball fell down this hole, which is not the lit hole, and I lose a ball. I'm now on my second ball. So let's see if we can go for hole number 4. And it fell in there. It says down here, oops. And we move on. And now I'm on my third ball. It's actually a very cool game. It's very mechanical. It's just so different and unique. There's nothing else like this. And they actually still make this game today. There's a company called Ice who makes a lot of those like bubble hockeys and stuff like that. And they actually, I guess, got the license from Taito to make a modern version of this. So I just got hole number 4 there. And I got a pretty good bonus for that. So now we're on to hole number 5. This is my last ball, though. So if I screw this up, my game is over. So let's see if we can get hole number 5. And we can't. So anyway, guys, that's it. That is ice cold beer. And it's a pretty neat game. You know, it's definitely different. It fits in well in the arcade down here, and I like it. And these can be had, you know, kind of cheap. You got to keep your eye out for them. It's definitely a game that people want. And if you find one that's broken, don't be afraid, because they're actually very easy to fix. It's a very simple machine, really. So anyway, that's it, guys. We are live from the basement. Check out my website, johnsarcade.com, which I haven't updated in a while, and I will. I need to make a Simpsons pinball party video. I need to make a Moon Patrol video, I guess, and a Paperboy video, so I'm a little behind. But anyway, check out johnsarcade.com. I need to make a Turbo video, too. My God. So anyway, we'll see you guys later. Asteroids Deluxe is down for the count, by the way. My monitor has passed away, so I need to fix that. So anyway, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Later.